AI is a superpower in recruitment, but only if you know how to use it well. Hey, my name's Sami, and this is Agency Fly. AI is one of those things that's come about very, very quickly, and it's got everyone shaking in their boots, thinking that they're going to lose their jobs. And I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of people will lose their jobs. However, if you know how to work with AI, especially within recruitment, you can 10x your output. You can reduce your costs significantly because you can replace a lot of the things that you were doing before manually. With AI, you can save a lot of time, and you can save on salaries and people management as well. So there's a few different elements that we can look at when it comes to using AI within recruitment. And this isn't exhaustive, it's just a short list. The first thing is client outreach. Client outreach. So fancy way of saying reaching out to clients, potential customers, prospects, businesses that may have never heard of you, but you want them to become paying customers. The client outreach process is quite labor intensive. You have to do a lot of research. You have to go out there and find information that's relevant to that particular company. You have to problem solve. You have to find exactly how you can help them within your business. That takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. Okay. Usually that kind of work is done by a lead generator. So we've got, for example, within our own company, we've got people that are doing that 24/7. We've got people working, for example, in South Africa doing that. And then we've got people working in the Philippines. So the hours cross over, but it's still labor intensive. Finding those prospects in the first place takes time, and then crafting outreach out, whether that's an email message, whether that's a cold call, whether that's a LinkedIn message, or even a text message in some places, takes time. AI can significantly help with that. So there's AI out there that can do all of that for you in the click of a button. So you give them your target prospects, and you give them, like, for example, a website. It's going to go out and it's going to find all relevant information, okay, for that company. And as long as you give it what you sold and your value proposition within your recruitment agency, it's going to marry the two together in a way that's going to be part of your outreach, whether that's email marketing or something else. So client outreach, big time saver that AI can give for you. Next, client scheduling. Okay, client scheduling. So this is something that you might think, doesn't take a lot of time, but believe me, the admin of, back and forth, and it's not just scheduling, it's just overall admin, email back and forths, things that, you would say very regularly, things that you can be repeating yourself on for clients all the time. For example, things like onboarding, getting information around the right person to contact when it comes to sending out invoices and all that kind of thing. That can be automated, and that can be taken over by AI. There's software that will do that for you. When it comes to scheduling in particular, for example, I have a lot of calls. A lot of calls take up a lot of time. Like the scheduling, surprisingly, takes up a lot of time too. So sending out invites, making sure that things are ticked, and the person has confirmed that they'll be attending, being able to handle reschedules, being able to handle the workflows around that. That's done by my VA, but more increasingly, we're outsourcing that to AI so that she can focus on other things, which are less on the admin side of things. So client scheduling, big time saver. Next, candidate outreach. Candidate outreach. So very similar to client outreach. Obviously, with a candidate, it's a different kind of approach. You've got job descriptions on there. You've got things such as, making sure that those things are matched up with the client spec and what the candidate is looking for. But if you've got your ATS on point, and you've got all that information to hand, as in what that particular candidate is looking for, you're then able to automate a lot of that using AI in a very, very efficient way. So candidate outreach, big, big time saver as well. Another one when it comes to candidates is candidate screening. Okay. So this is a big, big, big time saver. When it comes to finding the right candidates, of course, you're going to be interviewing your candidates. You're going to be screening them, making sure that they've got the right skills for your customer, for your client. You don't want to get this wrong. Okay. You don't want to anger the client, and you don't want to send the candidate to the wrong job. So AI, we use it in this part, but we also have human oversight at the end. So a lot of ATS system, ATS is a fancy word for basically the management software for candidates. It's like a CRM to put it simply, but for candidates. A lot of them have that screening built in. If it doesn't, then you need to find another ATS because it's pretty standard nowadays, especially some of the more, let's say, professional packages within that software. Well worth it because it's going to save you a lot of time. Usually you upload this CV, it gets passed on to that system. It finds whether there is a rough match or not, and it does the initial screening that would have taken, for example, a recruitment resourcer to do. That's many, many hours saved. And then based on that, and depending on the AI platform that you're using, you're then able to go deeper and deeper into that. And then you can have that final look. I would always recommend never just send a candidate to a client, never just submit them based on what the AI has said. It can do the heavy lifting for you, but I highly recommend for your own safety and sanity that you go and do that final kind of, checkbox. Okay, perfect. This person's the right fit, and you send them off. But it can save you a hell of a lot of time. So candidate screening AI, massive help with that. Candidate feedback now. Again, another piece of admin. Candidate feedback, super, super important. Unfortunately, a lot of recruiters don't do this. They give the rest of us a bad name. A lot of candidates have made many complaints to me before, this particular recruiter never got back to me, etc. You don't want to do that. You don't want to burn your bridges. You don't want to be transactional. We're here to help people. Candidate feedback, a lot of these recruiters don't do it because it takes a lot of time. However, AI can help you in that. Okay, you can send rejection emails, you can send interview emails for the next stages, and so on. All of that is part of the candidate experience, and apart from the candidate experience, it's just decency. But make sure that you're using AI to at least help you with that. It's going to save you a lot of time. All right. Next thing on there is client feedback. Client feedback, similar thing, but it's a bit more tricky. Obviously, you're dealing with companies here, so again, it needs to have the final check off. As with most of this stuff, potentially not client scheduling, once you've got your system dialed in, but definitely the feedback for any of these elements, in particular the client stuff, you need to have the final check there to make sure that everything is on point. So let's say a candidate's just had an interview, and you've had a call with them, and you've had your AI note taker, for example, kind of ties into the client scheduling there. That's taking notes. You're then able to pass that, into a nice, polished format for the client, and AI can help you do that. Something that would have taken a good 15 to 30 minutes for a VA to do just a year ago, now can be done in like 3 seconds. So big, big time saver. Make sure you're utilizing AI. These are just some of the elements that you can use it for. But within Agentify, we teach you much more than this, how to integrate it all together so that you can have AI working for you, but at the same time you have automation. So you can do the outreach for you, you can give the feedback to your candidates and your potential clients as well. You can do all of that for you with minimal effort on your part. But this is a fantastic place to start. If you found value in this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to someone who you think might benefit.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Before you go, let me quickly tell you why you should subscribe. If you're serious about making money in recruitment, whether you're a business owner trying to scale, a recruiter looking for independence, or an entrepreneur, or a salesperson exploring the industry, this channel is built for you. I don't just share theory, I give you practical guides, step-by-step tutorials, and real insights from my experience. I started from scratch, spent years figuring this stuff out on my own, and now I'm sharing everything I've learned. The wins, the mistakes, and the systems that actually work. This is real, on-the-ground knowledge from someone currently running multiple recruitment agencies, managing teams, and building systems that scale. If that sounds like something you want to be a part of, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. I post new videos like this every week, and I also share more insights on my Instagram, things you won't find in any formal degree. So go ahead, check out the next video, and let's keep growing.